Brilliant. Thanks, everyone. So we're here today to talk about kind of career coaching and what we can do to better our chances of getting our new roles, what we do, and how we can do that, and what the best chances and what we can do to ensure that you secure a new role. So, is anyone from Hadgetal here? For a few more people to join. Let's give it a couple of minutes, guys, for folks to join.
We're going to learn. We're going
to be learning.
Okay, cool. So this session, folks, is the career consulting session. So I want to jump in with career coaching and how we go about kind of securing ourselves a new role. So one of the biggest factors at the moment I want to jump into is LinkedIn to start off with, as I think it's the most prominent and most effective way of securing yourselves a new role. Now, I'll use my own as a kind of demonstration of how we do this and how we kind of secure ourselves as well. Now, if everyone, I assume everyone in this chat has a LinkedIn. If not, please make yourselves one, and you could potentially use this session to create your own LinkedIn profile that will help you to secure a new role. As there are currently, as it stands at the moment, over 1 million users on LinkedIn, and 350,000 of those are active users. So, thank you, success. And so everyone, if you've got LinkedIn, I want you to just take a look at your LinkedIn profiles now. If you have access to a computer now and you just want to jump on your profiles, I'm going to share my screen so you can take a look into how you advertise yourselves to begin with. So you're selling your own personal profile when you're looking for a new job. As much as like applying to new roles will help you, when you do apply, potential employers are going to be looking at your profile to see what's interesting, what makes you stand out from the rest. Because if we look at different types of roles, there are thousands upon thousands of people within your skill set, looking for a new role. Now, what we can do, though, to make ourselves stand out is have an effective, let's say, employer brand, social profile, LinkedIn profile that will help you stand out from anyone else. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen, and then we can all take a look at how we set up a profile to make yourselves more effective. Everyone happy with that? Just give me a thumbs up if you're all happy with that, like on the reactions. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Here we are. So this one here is very specific to what I do now. Okay, so in partnership with Hadgetal as well, I also work for a company called Benchire as their internal recruiter and a head of recruitment for across the globally. So what do we do? Okay, now these certain things here may come across as very basic to begin with, but they have a lot of intention and they have a lot of value added behind them, right? So if we look at the start, here we go. There's a picture. I know it sounds really basic, folks, but I promise you this, I'm going somewhere with it. A picture outlining who you are. It's me there. You can clearly see who I am, approachable with a smile. Okay. So that way people know who I am, I look approachable, and people can see exactly who they're going to be connecting with, okay? That adds 16 more views a month to your profile by just having a photo of yourself. A nice, happy photo. I would say that have just a photo of yourself. Try to avoid having like kids, wives, husbands in the photo with you. Just have yourself. Okay, so people can clearly identify you. Then below this, we've got what you do and who you are. Okay, so if we look here where I've highlighted, I'm a principal talent acquisition partner, which is an odd way of saying head of talent for Benchire. I'm a talent and growth expert. a public speaker, an employer branding advocate, which we'll go into in a bit more because I think that's going to be a big thing for us, and a career coach. Can we, if you can you make sure you're on mute, please, if you're on this, unless you have a question, then unmute yourself. Makula, can you please mute your mic? Thank you. Okay, so here I said what people are looking for is what you do and who you are. So, principal talent partner, Benchai, talent and growth expert, public speaker, employer brand advocate, and careers coach. By that, people know exactly what I do. Now, let's look at this from a technology standpoint. Now, can someone give me an example? And I want to make this interactive. So, if I use someone, Ben Omisor, could you give me an example of what you do? Ben, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Ben. Ben, what do you do? Tell me.
I'm a physical therapist.
Physical therapist. Okay, thank you. And Ben, is that the career you're looking to go down, or are you looking to try and do something in tech?
I like to do something in tech.
Fantastic. Brilliant. So we know you want to do something in tech. Okay, that's very broad, isn't it? So what do you want to do in tech?
Cloud. I'm trained for cloud computing.
Cloud computing. Okay, fantastic. So for you, Ben, what we would look at is having yourself as a cloud computing engineer or a cloud computing consultant as your first title here, right? Okay. That then clearly identifies what you do. And then past that, you would have, advocate of tech, part of Hagital, all these things that clearly identify what you do. Okay. So that then makes you stand out, and it's very clear to recruiters, hiring managers, and other folks about what you do within your role. Okay. Ben, thank you very much for that. So then we start to scroll down. Okay. Now, one of the things that LinkedIn is good for is that it supports people who try to post and talk about important things within their network. So I hope you don't mind, folks. I'm going to potentially ask some people here and there about their experiences and what they do to try and give them an understanding of where they need to go and what they need to do on LinkedIn to support their career growth and career progression. Okay, so Kemi, what's one area that you're passionate about? Can you hear me, Kemi?
Yeah.
Kemi, what's one area you're passionate about?
I'm thinking about GRC.
Say again for me, sorry.
GRC, government risk compliance.
Perfect. Okay. So your experiences working with GRC, okay. Have you spoken about that? Are there any opinions you have that are a hot topic, or a point that you have that is maybe differs to other people?
Actually, I work in a company before, and in the company, we used to do like audits. So, and I used to watch what they are doing. So that's why, okay, let me just go for audits. So far, it's what I've heard before, what I've seen before.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So Kemi, what you could do is here, like the nail that sticks out are people that talk about what they do. Okay. So look at these points here. So I talk about what employer branding is and what talent attraction is. Okay. And that then gets people to engage with my post and engage with my profile and drives more views to my profile. So Kemi, you were speaking there about audits. It may be worth you talking about your experiences with audits to your network. Okay. So an example you might have had, or a scenario you might have had within reason, because I know there are certain topics, let's say within the security, cybersecurity fields, we can't necessarily talk about publicly, but there are areas that we can talk about that can, interact with people and help people understand what you do and the expertise you have. Okay. So it's very interesting, very kind of very, very specific to you that you can talk about. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So look, like, all I say is like, it's all well and good posting. So another thing to do is that LinkedIn is a great feature that offers you to add 100 people a week. So you can send out 100 connections a week. Those are 100 new people that you could be connecting with. So let me ask Abby. Abby, could you tell me what you do for work or what you're looking to aspire to do?
Yes, please.
Go for it. What are you looking to do, Abby?
Oh yeah. I'm a teacher, but right now I'm into cloud computing as well.
Oh, we've got a lot of cloud computing fans. Fantastic. So cloud computing, who do you think would be the best people to try and connect with on LinkedIn?
Oh, okay. As I've done before, I went on LinkedIn and I searched for the top 10 females in cloud computing. And so I just followed the 10.
Brilliant. That's exactly what you should be doing, Abby. You should be following the top voices within cloud computing. On top of that, I would say that it's a good idea to follow like cloud computing managers, cloud computing directors, cloud directors, directors of cloud technologies, all these different titles. I would spend like, for example, 1 week for me, I would add directors of talent for 1 week. And then the next week I would add, VPs of talent the next week. And I'm diversifying the network I have across the platform. So then there's a whole reach of people. So then when I'm releasing content, let's say for Abby, for example, we're going to talk about cloud computing and you put your thoughts on LinkedIn, those people are going to see it and they're going to think, okay, Abby's the person I need to speak to because she's out there talking about her opinions. She's a real industry professional. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you, Abby. Now, what we're going to see now is how to kind of do these things. Okay. So when we start talking about like these kind of posts, okay, so I recently spent, I've recently 2 years at Benchai, my company I work with now, right? So the best way to do a post is a snappy title at the top, the context, and a nice little bit at the end. So basically, it's like a nice sandwich, right? Bread, good feeling, bread. Okay. And that's what you want, how you want to kind of do the basis of your posts. Okay. They need to be engaging, contextual, and thoughtful at the end. Okay. Out of interest, has anyone seen any success from their previous posts? Does anyone post on LinkedIn at the moment? Anyone? No? Okay, well maybe definitely Chris, you repost. Okay, cool, nice. So look, I would say, look, if you start posting, your engagement and your reach is going to go a lot further across the platform if you just start talking about the things you know. And you'll be surprised how much you know when you start putting like the pen to paper or your to keyboard, right? And you start thinking about some of the points that you can do. Now you can use tools to help you. As an example, let's say for example ChatGPT. I'm not saying for write your content for you, but if you were to put into ChatGPT, what are the top 10 best talking points on cloud computing? ChatGPT will then give you some ideas to then talk about, which you can then post about. You can schedule posts on the platform, so you can have content for weeks, and you can keep engaging with people across and across and across. Okay. So far, I'm just going to take a quick one. Does anyone have any questions on anything I've said so far? Ibrahim, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.